Data Jockey, Machine Learning for Victorian Racing. Saturday, 4 July 2026, Race 7 at Flemington. Let us get going. Here is what the model is saying about Race 7 at Flemington in brief. 2 selections on the board. Seafall carries the place selection, the model's strongest read for this race. Al Duca sits in the same race multi only as the top 4 leg. So the short version, Seafall to place, multi combining both for the value angle. Worth staying for the full breakdown though, because this race has some genuinely interesting detail behind it, and the reasoning matters more than the headline. Race 7, Flemington, 13 runners today, which means the top 3 pay a place dividend. Here is the first thing worth knowing, the model's top selection is not the favorite. That tells you straight away the model is seeing value somewhere the market has not priced in. That gap between data and market is exactly the kind of race this model was built to find. 2 selections on the board today, a place pick, and a same race multi-combination. And as always, this is not a forced pick. The model only shows up when there is genuine value to report. Today there is. Let us get into the detail. Before the picks, here is the short version of how this works, because it sets this channel apart from most tipping content out there. Every selection comes from a machine learning model trained on Victorian racing results, and it does not stop learning. Every race meeting feeds back into it, sharpening it over time. The key difference from almost everything else in this space, most models and most tipsters are chasing the winner. This one was built to chase something else entirely: place finishers. Horses that land in the top positions and pay a place dividend. That is a fundamentally different target, and it changes everything about how the model is built. It is simultaneously weighing dozens of variables across the full field: pace, distance, field composition, historical form, how each horse matches up against today's rivals specifically, all at once, in ways that are genuinely hard to replicate manually. Want the deeper methodology? It is linked in the description below. For now though, Race 7 is on the table and the model has a clear view on it. Let us get into the picks. On to pick 1 for Race 7. The model's top selection here is Seafall, currently 4th in the market, not the favorite, not the horse drawing the market's attention, just one the model rates well above where it is currently priced. That mismatch is the whole basis for the selection. I want to be upfront about something, since I think it is more useful than pretending otherwise. There is no single clean reason the model has chosen Seafall. That is genuinely not how the system works. It does not rely on one factor like a strong record at Flemington or a preferred distance, the kind of reasoning a standard form guide leans on. The model takes a different path entirely, weighing dozens of variables at the same time. Track conditions, distance, field size, who else is racing today, historical patterns built from thousands of past Victorian races, all considered together, surfacing connections that are simply invisible to manual analysis. That is intentional. A one-sentence explanation would mean the model was unnecessary. What actually counts is this: the market has Seafall at 4th in the market. The model places it first for Race 7. That difference between market price and model confidence is where the value lives, and identifying that gap is the model's entire job. It does not matter whether the market eventually catches up or not. By the time it does, the value has usually already gone. Built specifically around place finishers rather than winners, a top ranking here means this horse fits the historical profile of horses that finish in the places, not necessarily the historical profile of horses that win outright. A different way of approaching the problem altogether. Seafall for the place, a top 3 finish in a 13-runner field, is what the model is backing for Race 7. For entertainment purposes only, please make your own informed decision before placing any bet. Pick 2 falls to Al Duca, the market favorite, though this scenario reads differently to the usual vulnerable favorite setup. There is no red flag on Al Duca here. The model is not calling for it to get beaten. What it is saying instead is that Al Duca fits the top 4 reasonably well, just not strongly enough to match pick 1's place finisher rating. So it sits in the same race multi as the second leg, rather than as a standalone place selection. Useful way to picture it: Seafall holds the model's strongest place finisher red for this race, while Al Duca is a legitimate contender, the favorite for reason, and the model agrees it belongs in the first four. The same race multi is built exactly for this, Seafall finishing top 3, Al Duca finishing in the top 4. The model is not fading the favorite in this case. It is simply rating pick one higher, with the favorite contributing real value as the multi's second leg. Same race multi for race 7. Seafall as a top 3 finisher, Al Duca as a top 4 finisher. Check your wagering provider for availability on this market. Now, before you consider placing it, something worth being clear about, because it is easy to get this confused. These are two completely different bet types with completely different probability profiles. They are not interchangeable, and they are not equally likely to land. The place selection on Seafall is the higher probability option. The model is more confident in that outcome. Lower return, yes, but a stronger chance of landing. That is where the model has the most confidence for race 7. The same race multi is the longer odds option. Both legs need to land Seafall in top 3, Al Duca in the top 4. Lower probability than the place alone. But the return if both land is meaningfully better. You do not have to consider both. The place selection on Seafall is where the model has the strongest signal. The same race multi is there for those who want to explore the longer odds option. Whatever you decide, go in with a clear understanding of what each bet requires. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please make your own informed decision. If today's full card is what you are after, every race has a dedicated video, all collected in the playlist, uploaded ahead of race 1. Worth browsing the other races to see which selections fit what you are after. Combining multiple model selections into a place multi is something some punters do. Your wagering provider can explain how that works. Whatever you decide, make sure it is your own informed call. One more thing worth repeating, check for scratchings before placing any bet, since they can completely reshape a race on the day. For race 7, the model's place selection is Seafall. The playlist has the rest of the card, and if you have not subscribed, this channel runs for every Victorian meeting, every race day, entirely free. That wraps up race 7 at Flemington. To recap, the model's place selection is Seafall, and for those after the longer odds play, the same race multi-combination is Seafall in top 3 with Al Duca in the top 4. Every tip on this channel is tracked, and the results posted publicly every single week. The good runs and the bad ones, nothing left out. That transparency is the only real way to judge whether following this model is worth your time. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please make your own informed decisions and gamble responsibly. Catch you in the next one.